Good evening, friends. Matt here from theshavingcadre.com, here for a night shave. Tonight I'm going to be shaving with Chatillon Lux's Taum Sauk, which this is actually made by Declaration Grooming, So it's Declaration Grooming with the Chatillon Lux Taum Sauk scent. This scent is supposed to be a winter scent with scents of cedar and juniper and a kind of a wintry menthol scent to it. And right off the puck, you definitely get the cedar and the juniper, and you do get kind of a cold menthol. So, I mean, it's kind of spot on. Actually, I really enjoy this scent. I was using this soap quite a bit some time ago. I actually picked up the EDP for it not too long ago as well. Actually, quite a while ago, actually. I think it was probably 3 years ago. And it's excellent as well. I've already preloaded my brush with about 45 seconds worth of soap. This is the West Coast Shaving Tortoise. And for my aftershave, the same. Kind of interesting, the two pictures are different. I think at one time, my understanding is that here in St. Louis, where Chatillon Lux is based out of, they were producing the aftershaves, and then the soaps were being produced by Declaration. Now I believe, if that collaboration is still going, I believe it is, it's all made by Declaration. Okay, so that's the brush, the soap, the aftershave, and the razor today is a Ludwig Shear & Co. German razor with a covered tang, and it is called the Fairy. I don't know if you can read that. It's there somewhere, maybe. It's there. It says Fairy on it. Now, I haven't shaved for, I guess I'm a little over 24 hours, or actually closer to, 48 hours. I'm a little over 48 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Not too terrible much going on since I last visited with you guys. Mostly just been the standard work a day week type of thing. Busy ferrying the kiddo back and forth to the babysitter. Wife and I are working on trying to get our vacation together as well. Unfortunately, with my detective skills on my razor, I was not super successful at coming up with too much on the shear razor, the Fairy, but that's kind of the way it goes with a lot of German razors. It kind of just depends. There were a lot of companies that were producing razors for other companies, and they got their name, and then they came overseas to America and were sold. And even that, there were so many cottage businesses producing razors that unless they were around long enough to be in one of the cutlery books, or in general be in a book where you'd be ordering as opposed to a merchant going over to Zollingen and picking up product and bringing it back. You know, it's kind of hard to know when these companies existed. You can find some listings in the early 1900s for Shear and Ludwig, but who knows if that is the same. Oh, I got a hair. Now the menthol in this soap I don't think is really that strong anymore. It's at least 3 years old. I think it might be closer to 4. but that's all right. It's still a great soap. Works up really well. And the fairy, I guess we're gonna find out what the edge is like. It's been at least a year since I've pulled it out. Somehow it got lodged in one of my rolls that I keep razors that are not shave ready and need work. And I found it while I was doing an inventory. And so we shall see. All I've done is strop it. So let's see how it shaves. It's not perfect, but it's a good edge. It'll do. I think it could stand for just a hair of a touch-up. Oh, something I've been meaning to show you is this is the sponge that I use whenever I'm wiping my lather away. I keep it sitting on top of a cup that I keep in the sink, and just quickly wipe my lather away when it's time. Now, something I wanted to revisit, we talked about honing the last video, and literally right before I got on camera here, I got a message from my friend Manish, excuse me, on YouTube, otherwise known as Love to Shave on the forums. And he was saying that he uses a Norton 4.8K hone. And then what he's doing, and then what he has after that is he has a 12K, and I apologize, I can't remember if you said it was a Norton or an Aniwa 12K. And then he has a translucent and a black Arkansas as well. So he was asking if you should go 4.8 Norton and then go to Naniwa or whatever the 12K is, and then go to the Arkansas. Now, I would say that would definitely speed up things. You'd be jumping from 8 to 12, which the Arkansas could be anywhere between 10 and 18. I mean, the sky's the limit on those things depending on how they're glassed. So really, I think you may be saving yourself some time if you go to that 12, but I'm not sure how much more polishing you're going to be doing after that 12. So that's a question, and that's something I hadn't played with because I actually don't own a 12K. I have stones that are right in between an 8 and a 10. So usually I'll use a jump stone between the 8 to a 10, and then I'll finish on a Jasper or on a hard Arkansas or a black Arkansas. But I would say giving it a try with the 12K and then going to the Trans Arc or the Black Arc. Or both. I mean, I'm not the most prolific Arkansas honer, but from my experiences, the best edges I've ever received off of an Arkansas that I've honed on, it's been a long honing session. And so Manish, I would suggest going 8K to 12K. And then finishing on a nicely glassed black arc. With soap and water or oil on that arc. Or if you have access to Smith's honing solution, that's great stuff. And see how it goes. I mean, the hard part about honing is it kind of depends on the razor, it kind of depends on the feel that you're receiving, but I'm one of those, I like doing things the simple way, so I will go the 4, 8, 10, and then go to a higher grit if possible. So, I mean, that's why I use my Jasper stone so much, because it's so simple and it's quick. So, anyway, like I said, give it a try first, and if you don't like the results, give it a try just with the Arkansas stone. But it's a pretty big jump from 8K to a 12K plus Arkansas, so expect to be honing for a while. So unless you have another stone that you can jump in between with and make up the difference. I mean, you could do trans Arkansas. If I remember right, I own both a trans arc and a black arc. If I remember correctly, I mean, they say that the black arc, the surgical black, is, I mean, as hard as it gets in that spectrum, and it's supposedly the best finisher. I've talked to some folks that believe that the trans arc is just as good as the black arc, and personally I haven't seen a major difference, but there's a lot of people that say they go trans arc to black arc, which I've done, and I, like I said, haven't seen a noticeable difference. So I could be wrong. It depends on the stone, of course, because they're natural grits. So Manish, give it a try, man. I'd love to hear your results. Maybe I should give it a try. I haven't done it myself. Maybe I could do that on my next razor that I hone. I could do the 1K, 5K Naniwa to the 8K Naniwa, and then I could do the trans arc to the black arc and just see how it goes. Or I could slide in a stone in between. I guess we could see. Really thankful and happy for all the participation on my YouTube videos. Thank you guys. It means a lot to me. I mean, for years I didn't post any videos, and then I started posting, and I didn't realize there was such a large community of guys on YouTube all the time. Posting and commenting. Honestly, that edge is not bad at all. I mean, it felt a little rough on my upper lip at first, but pretty darn smooth already. I'm about 99% certain this is a Escher edge. This is, I guess I'm perceiving it as not as sharp as what I'm used to from either the Arkansas or the Jasper. Don't get me wrong, the Escher is very sharp. It's just a little, it's a bit more smooth. And honestly, I think I've grown to like laser sharp edges a little bit more than I do the smoother edges, calmer, smoother edges. With Declaration, to be honest with you, this is my only Declaration soap in my den, but it is a lather monster. It's wonderful. Love it. Now, if you glance over my shoulder here behind me on my right side, I've got my upcoming shaves. I think my last 3 or 4 videos I started doing that. And so my next shave is going to be CBL's Hello in their Princess Bride lineup. I gotta say, I'm pretty proud to say that I worked with Chris to produce that soap. Rather, he did all the production. I did the request and suggestion. If you can't tell from my towel behind me over my left shoulder, I do like Princess Bride, the Princess Bride, and in particular, Inigo Montoya. Ever since I joined the forums about 10 years ago, Inigo Montoya has been my avatar all that time. And I've always been a fan of Spanish citrus scents and cedar and juniper and more citrus, and so that's kind of where that soap came from. Chris had an idea for a nice fresh scent, and he really pulled it together for the soap and aftershave. So I'll leave it at that for Hello, and I know he's developed an entire line of shaving soaps based around the movie, and unfortunately I have yet to try the others. I need to pick them up at some point. And I really do look forward to it. Can't remember, I know he hasn't. I'd love to see what he could do for a fire swamp scent. something rodenty or musky or something like that. It could be kind of cool. And then the next two soaps in the line after that are my Parassos. I haven't shaved with Parasso shaving soap in at least a year, maybe more. And so I've got Parasso Sandalwood paired with Fine Sanital Absolute, which is discontinued, and then Parasso Green paired with 1980s vintage Parasso Aftershave. So that's what we have coming up. Ooh, I gotta be careful. I think I got the toe slightly sharp on this one, and definitely felt like it wanted to start biting there for a second. Doesn't look like any of the red stuff's flowing yet, so that's good. Whew, riding the lightning right there. Good stuff. Still, none of the red stuff. That's great. Now, if you guys have made it this far into my shave and you are not currently subscribed, please do me a favor. Like and subscribe, comment. Ask a question, whatever you want to know. Really enjoy participation on my page, so please do. And then also, of course, make your way over to theshavingcadre.com if you haven't. Awesome forum, a lot of awesome dudes. Some of my very best friends are friends of mine on theshavingcadre.com. I met them there. Some of them I met other places, but we've really become really good friends on the Shaving Cadre, so come join us. Beautiful shave, guys. There's nothing wrong with this edge. Probably just needs to be stropped up a hair more. But perfect. Dolphin smooth. It's, like I said with the edge, I think that maybe it's just a hair understropped, could be, maybe. I don't know. But I'm happy with that shave. Should be anyway. Oh boy, I just realized I didn't pick out a balm. I think I'll have to do that real quick. Wipe my razor down. Now, if you guys do like shaving videos, do yourself a favor and check out Long Haul Tanker, Bill M, Handlebarber Dave, Skull Soap Shaves, Finster Shaves, Spider Shaves. These guys are all folks that are on the shavingcadre.com and folks that produce good content. So definitely go check them out. All right, so I always finish up with some witch hazel, typically of the Thayer's variety. Looking at possibly picking up some quinettes here in the future. I hear they're kind of interesting. Is it quinettes or quints? I'll have to look it up to actually find out. So the rest of the week, I mean, it's Thursday night right now. I know I'm planning on taking my little boy fishing on Saturday at some point. I'm going to be traveling to central Missouri for a visit with my father in Rolla at some point on Sunday. And I think, hopefully Saturday, we'll be able to look around for some mushrooms. We're having a little bit of spot rains, so hopefully we can get out in the woods and do some shrooming as well. Definitely bug season here, so got to make sure we're covered up with the insect repellent. Oh yeah. The aftershave is like beautiful. All strong menthol, cedar, cold air. It's excellent. By the way, Taum Sauk is the highest point. Taum Sauk Mountain is the highest point in Missouri. It's just south of us, about an hour and a half. And it's Taum Sauk Mountain. There's a beautiful waterfall that comes off of that as well. And it's just a fantastic hike. So this is near and dear to me, and from my understanding, they don't make it anymore. So yeah, woo, menthol's getting in my eyes. It's fantastic. All right, let's do a balm. I think I'm gonna just stick with tried and true tonight. It actually would match pretty well with this. Gonna use Tet-a-Tet from the Soviet Union. I don't know how long it's been since they stopped making this stuff. I know you couldn't find it past about 4 years ago or so. But I know they haven't made the cologne for it since the 1990s, as far as I know. So for all I know, the product I'm using right now is Soviet based. I mean, it doesn't have a date on it or anything. It matches pretty well. It's got a nice little menthol kick to it. A little bit of birch and cedar, and not quite the perfect match, but anyway, that's my shave for the night, guys. It's always great to hang out with you. Please, like I said, like and subscribe, and I will shave with you later. Take it easy.